that was done. 15. And they came to Jesus and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion, sitting and clothed, and in his right mind, and they were all afraid. And they that saw it told them how it befell to them that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray, 17. And they began to pray him and pray him to depart out of their coasts. And and when he was come into the ship, he that had been possessed with the devil prayed him that he might be with him. 19. Howbeit Jesus suffered him not, but saith unto him, Go home to thy friends, and tell them how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and hath had compassion on thee. And that was Mark chapter 5, verses 1 through 19.
I hate this because I do it once and I feel like anything else that I do can't even be the same because it's not pure.
What do you mean?
I've already preached it, so I can't come from the same context again. I know that good because Jesus had just come from fighting the storm. Okay. Had just come from fighting the storm, right? He's on the boat in the ship. They depart, come to the other side. And I know the journey wasn't easy, but he weathers the storm. And gets to the other side. Now this ain't gonna be for everybody today. This is just for some people. This is for some people who find themselves storm after struggle, after heartache. This is for survivors today. So you done been through it, but you still coming out of it. I mean, this is repeat survival, not just that I've been selected. This is that I'm barely, but I survived it. He comes to the other side. And people look at where you are now and say you've arrived. It's they see who you like for where you are, but not for what you've been through. I mean, I'm sure you've been in that place. Like you're driving something, you're wearing something, you don't talk the same way, you don't look the same way, you don't even act the same way,
right.
and it become name calling. Where they're like, you think you too good, or sedity, or stuck up, bougie, whatever word applies there. It's like, but you don't know what storm I just came out of.
Right.
And I'm so used to bad that as soon as I get to the shoreline, Bible says that Jesus is already off the boat. It's difficult. any part of this text for me, because I think it pulls heartstrings, but it pulls the feeling out of it when you put yourself into it. So I've been in storms that I shouldn't have made it out of. Whether places that I didn't know whether I was going to live or die, whether I was going to be taken or give up, jump off or hold on. You cut a man and he jumps off the boat. And I know that gatherings means safe harbor, means peaceful place. You come to a peaceful place, and the first thing that he is confronted with is a demon-possessed man. That's crazy, but isn't that how it is? You finally think that you're going to get a little bit of peace. You've been praying. It took forever to pray. The strength to get on your knees. I mean, like the willpower to talk about it. Like, it took me enough just to get to church.
Right.
Just to gas up the car. It took all this time to make the commitment for marriage. And you mean I get to the aisle, I get to the pew, I get all the way here, and that's when hell want to break loose? And the man's talking about, please don't torment me. This is role reversal here, because people who like running up on you, talking about you the one who doing them wrong. But were you just minding your own business? You trying to maintain?
Before you even get close to him,
you ain't even said nothing yet. You can't even say hey, ain't even caught your breath. You still struggling from the last storm, and now comes a demon. Now the Geneva says that a temptress arose on the storm, tempting it. Now I'm facing a demon. You mean to tell me I go from the wind to a demon? I go from talking about it to now it's standing in front of me. You got some bold enough demons that will confront everything that didn't kill you last season, stand in your face this season. Well, God, I thought I was over that. I thought I was done with it. I didn't think this would come all the way around again. I know for me this has been a trying 4 or 5 months. I didn't think I had a temper problem anymore. I didn't think like the idea I thought in my mind of walking away from everything again was starting over didn't seem so bad. I thought you leave all those childish things behind and then they're right back up in your face again. And it's bold, screaming at you, hollering to you. So I know that Jesus is confrontational, but he's still like comforting in the approach. Well, I know you've been through a storm. Last time we were talking about this, you told me, yeah, he brought an end to the storm on the sea. But nobody said that the storm on land stopped. We look at it like when he calls peace to it, it's peace everywhere. And it really was just in that particular area of life where I got home straight, but now work starting to act up. We're like, you get the promotion at work, but then like the pay ain't right. Like I spend more time here than I do with the kids. And I finally started eating the right food, and now my digestive system starting to mess up. I mean, it comes like that. It comes in waves, but on the land, it's difficult, but you standing in it, but about to be blown away by it, because it is a possessor that is possessing the man. So when Jesus comes in, he says, I hear you. I'm not going to torment you, but I need to know who I'm not tormenting. What's your name? He says, my name is Legion. I got so much on me. I got so much behind me. It's heavy to carry. It's a lot of it.
I have many.
It's too many to name. Too many to call. But I'm not trying to be sarcastic, God. It's just a lot. It's to go down the list would be tiring for you. I'm dealing with 4 diagnoses, 13 pills. This is 10, 12 drugs at one time. I got a house over here and a wife over there and a girlfriend, and I'm trying to find out, God, how I'm gonna take care of these 13 kids. It's a lot on me. It's a lot, and it's not to be played with. God, you know. I think that's what the man says. The man says, you know. I mean, it's not to be called out for them. This is personal prayer time, where I see nowhere in the text where any of the apostles are highlighted, because this is personal. You got to come to a place where, God, I forget about everything and everybody around me. This ain't time to be cute nor a show. This ain't time to be like, oh, our Father. This is God. You know me. You know me because you made me, created me, formed me, and then looked at me while I was in my sin, in my dirt. But I know he's not bound to it, because he's willing to tell him what he struggles with. It's everything. If everything that is the bad of me, I put it in front of you, and I know that he's not held to it, but he's chained to it. The Bible says that he's held to caves with broken chains. Therefore, no man could bind him, no, not even with chains, because he would often break the feathered chains. But he's held. Now, how you be held to a cave with broken chains? That makes no sense to me. But then, outside of abstract, I look at personal. And how much stuff have we been tied up in and had the freedom to go, where you stayed longer than what you expected? You said way more than what you anticipated. You would be there by choice, but staying by your own will. Where God opens the door for you and you just won't walk out.
When you walk out, you leave, you go and you congregate. All right, guys, I got to get back to my cage.
Where you're bound to.
Right.
You see the way out, but can't get through to it. It's not that my feet, nor my hands, it's my mind that's held to keeping this man free. Freedom to walk away, but I like being free in the cave. I know that there's people around because they wanted him to leave at the end of the text. You mean nobody could point me out the direction? Could nobody bring light? Or am I so self-manipulating in my mind that I shut down to every visible sign that, Jeremiah, you can be free? You can go, but I know that God doesn't forget. I know that even in my darkest place, he still remembers me. I want to say that, yes, the man is struggling with a whole lot. And I know it's heavy on him. But before it was heavy on him, it's somewhere in the cave tied to the rock that I think God may have met him there and tied him there. Catch me now. Where you have to know sometimes God has to bring you to the darkest places of your mind, of your fictitious life, so you can see the reality that God, ain't nobody here to help me but you. Or like, I've maxed out all of my help. I've maxed out all of my resources. I can't get me out of this. Well, like, I can walk away, but my mind will never be free unless the maker makes it free. So when he sees him gets off the boat, he runs to him because he has no choice, because he knows this is my chance at freedom. You can't wait for permission. You can't wait for anybody to unlock your chains. I tell you, you can go free when you see a way out. You have to take it. And he runs at him screaming, please don't torment me. I'm tired of hurting in it. Don't leave me here. Whatever you came over here for, God just passed by me. Stop by here. Take a little trip by the cave today. God, I'm not waiting for you to show up from the neighbor's house. I'm coming over. I don't really care where he's at, as long as I know he's in the neighborhood. Well, I'll be the one that's misunderstood, that's misinterpreted, that don't have the right name. Just show up and start calling them names. I'm Legion. Y'all can't relate with that. I am mentally ill. I am speech suppressed. I am depressed. I am whatever you put in that. I am issues. Yeah. Whatever it is, he calls himself that before anybody else calls him that. You gotta stop claiming stuff over your life, thinking that's your forever future, where you replace it with your name. That folk know what you struggle with before they know who you are. It says, what's your name? The man never answers the question. Said, everything inside of you, I need to send it out of you. But the man, not the demons, the man begs Jesus, don't send him out the country. What's been holding you, tormenting you, you don't want it to kill it? Don't send it out the country. You so tied up in it where God like, we want closure and comfort. You want him to put them out, but then move them next door? I want to be done with it. Send it over the cliff. Make it kill itself. I get it as far away from me so I'll never struggle with it again. Last thing for me is it never said the chains came off. You know, he has to carry what shackled him, but it's not holding him. He's handling it. There's stuff that held you that you can't just be dismissive of. Handle it. I know it will keep you down because the name of it, of how it looked. Yes, I had jail time and a background. I handled it. It didn't keep me. I'm walking free. I handled it. You gotta know everything that you went through. That stuff can't hold you. Right. and the sooner you let go of it, or it won't hold you, but you're handling it, then it is a sign to everybody around you. I'm not ashamed of my scars. That don't define me.
Right.
It just underlines where I've cut myself free. You ever been somewhere where the preacher ain't never been through nothing? That's a church that becomes dead, and a space that don't have any kind of Holy Ghost in it, because you gotta be through some stuff in order to preach to me. You had to have been through the fire to tell me how Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego came out of it unscathed and unsmoked. You had to be facing a Goliath to talk to Daniel. David. You got to be thrown in the lion's den to talk to Daniel. I need to know. Are your chains holding you, or have you handled it? So it's heavy on you. But if you look around you, I'm pretty sure you can identify. You can see that where you sit, where you stand, is a place where you're free. But I need you to know, like, those are signs of the testimony that God is not holding me. But I know I was tied to it, not to die in it. It's heavy, but I can handle it.
Like you say, you have to know that that I've hung out with lions, and I'm still walking this path. I've defeated the giant that was the demise of my people and me. I've been through hell, and Jesus came and was right there with me. Yeah. You say this. I wear my scars with pride, because the testimony, the badges of honor. Why are you wearing those restraints? Because if I take them off, then I forget where I came from. Eventually it gets to a point where you just add it into your everyday attire, everyday custom. You get shirts or things, whatever that's perfect, fits right underneath it, not over it. You don't want to hide it, right underneath it, and you start becoming funny with it. Be like, well, you wearing cufflinks, I'm wearing shadow links. Yeah.
This is shackles for you. This is jewelry,
right,
for me.
Right.
But see, if everybody couldn't handle this stress,
right,
they laugh about it, but at the end of the day, my restraints speak to my struggle. But see, what I can carry would have killed you. If everybody's stressed, but somebody couldn't handle this struggle. Were you tired in it? And I've been tired. I've been tired, stressed out, strung out in it, left alone to it, but I didn't give up in it. There were days that I came close, where it says that the man would often cut himself, trying to get free. These shackles couldn't hold me. They couldn't hinder me. They didn't kill me. You got to be careful what shoes you try and feel. This walk ain't for everybody. Everybody can go through this struggle and come out safe.
Right. Stop it. Restart. Because I've learned from you.
Oh, Jesus.